True leaders understand that there is more power in unity than division. Coming up. Just when we thought that Duduzile Zuma's tweet has caused enough division within MK party, another squabble is rising between Dr. John Hlophe and Mzwanele Manyi. And guess involving who? Floyd Shibambu. Yes, involving Floyd Shibambu. Dr. John Hlophe is accusing Mzwanele Manyi of giving him a poor crafted speech for SONA debate. As some of you might know that recently all parties were debating responding to Cyril's State of the Nation address. Apparently, Dr. John Hlophe had already prepared his own speech to debate on SONA. But later, Mzwanele Manyi gave him a new speech to say, hey, here's the speech you should be debating on. Then Dr. Hlophe took it to the podium to debate. But the speech was all about Zuma, Zuma's 99 wasted years. Zuma did this, Zuma did that, and nothing about SONA that Cyril has rendered on the previous day. And it was like Dr. Hlophe was not even in the SONA at all.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces. Thank you very much. We promised the nation that we will deliver our speech today as an opposition party, and we're about to do just that. We greet the leadership. We greet the leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe and the leadership and the members of the Progressive Caucus present here in Parliament. In all honesty, there is no need to dignify. In all honesty, there is no need to dignify the false and empty promises of President of the so-called Government of National Unity, because throughout his presidency, he has made many commitments and promises which were never fulfilled and will never be fulfilled. Allow us to greet and pay homage to the President of Umkhonto weSizwe, our Commander General, President Jacob Zuma. During his tenure as President and Head of State, President Zuma never told lies. He never claimed easy victories. President Zuma prioritized the work on the ground and delivered the services to our people. We take this opportunity as Umkhonto weSizwe.
Honorable Hlophe, can you please take your seat? Honorable members, can we please allow the speaker on the podium to debate? Order, honorable members, can you please allow the speaker? Over to you, Honorable Hlophe.
Thank you. We take this opportunity as Umkhonto weSizwe to state without any fear of doubt or contradictions by all measures and standards, President Jacob Zuma is the most successful president and head of state that South Africa has ever had. We are stating this fact not out of emotions or excitement, but through verified statistical data, which we will summarize in our input today. President Zuma's 9 years as head of state and president of our country was not just 9 wasted years, but was 9 years of progress defined by increasing life expectancy, access to education, and massive infrastructural programs.
Then, of course, Hlophe went straight to Manyi to say, hey, dude, what is this? And Manyi was like, whoa, it's not me, it's not me. Ask SG. SG who gave me the speech. And Floyd is in hot water again. Not only Hlophe was not happy about the speech, even Jacob Zuma was not impressed. Apparently, it's Floyd who wrote or drafted the speech, and gave it to Manyi to give it to Dr. John Hlophe to sabotage John Hlophe? I don't believe that nonsense at all. I mean, why would he do that? They are on the same team. They are on the same party, for goodness sake. Why would Floyd do that? I'm not buying that nonsense at all. I think it's Samgele Maseko's tweet, Samgele from SABC. I think it's his tweet that set this whole thing on fire. And I really don't believe this one. Samgele tweeted and said, there is a fallout in the MK caucus between Chief Whip Mzwanele Manyi and caucus leader Dr. John Hlophe. Some within the party are alleging that Hlophe was set up by being given a poorly crafted sauna debate speech on the 11th hour after he had long prepared his speech, which was ready to be presented. Now, those sympathetic to Hlophe allege that this was done deliberately in order to embarrass him. I don't believe that nonsense. Why? Why would you embarrass somebody, I mean, your fellow colleague, your fellow leader from the very same party? Why? Well, I don't believe that at all.
All right. SABC News reporter Samkela Maseko, you're the man who has more on this story for us. What is going on? I mean, this is obviously on the back of what we saw taking place between Floyd and Duduzile as well. This was also a big problem. But now this is the latest. Talk to us. What's happening?
Essentially, and there are leadership tussles within the MKP. It does not only emanate between the tussle between Duduzile Zuma Sambudla and also Floyd Shivambu, the Secretary General. It emanates from a weekend workshop that has ultimately culminated in Judge John Hlophe as well. Now, his people within the caucus of the MKP alleging that he was given a poorly crafted speech by the chief whip, that would be Mzwanele Manyi, on the allegation that it came from the highest office within the MKP, from former President Jacob Zuma's office. That ultimately led to John Hlophe meeting with former President Zuma, or the president of the MKP, Jacob Zuma, who further clarified to him that it's not true that he said a speech must be written to him, because the MKP president was also very much unhappy about the standard of the speech that was delivered at the State of the Nation address debate by the MKP caucus leader John Hlophe, and it emanated that the speech was an attempt of an alleged sabotage by the chief whip of the MKP, Mzwanele Manyi, against Dr. John Hlophe, who is the caucus leader of the MKP in Parliament, and that ultimately ensued in a huge debate that ensued in a caucus meeting after the debate yesterday.
Well, it seems like things are not good for Floyd lately, because even Philani Nduli, the MK youth leader, when he was in an interview with DJ Sbu on Hustler's Corner, when DJ Sbu asked him about Duduzile Zuma's tweets insulting Floyd, Philani sided with Duduzile Zuma. Unbelievable.
You guys have been trending ever since you were announced, I think it was December 2023, December 16th, all the way until namhlanje. Sakhulunywa ngani nje yonke indawo, and then khona manje a lot of people are saying there's infighting within the MK party. Is there infighting, since there is some sort of what people will call a tour between Usis Duduzile Sambudla, Zuma, Nogbut Floyd Shivambu? What's going on?
I think just before I get into that, it's very important that I clarify that Umkhonto Wesizwe, njengoba usho ukuthi it's been trending from December until now. It's because Umkhonto Wesizwe is the last hope and home for all the dejected masses of South Africa. It is the organization that will truly liberate the African people, and that is why it's on everyone's lips, of everyone's mind, everyone's hearts in the country. It's just a matter of time before we are able to take total victory in the 2029 elections and usher in a true revolution that will liberate the black child. Now, in the organization is such as big as Umkhonto Wesizwe, it is obviously not something that is foreign or something that must shock you. What's going to be my contradiction? I'm a contradiction now. In order for any organism to move forward, there ought to be contradictions that are taking place. But just to enter in what we are asking about the infight OT econ, well, I first wanted to mention that in Umkhonto Wesizwe we have President Zuma, who is the glue that is holding the MK party together. He's the unifier. He makes everyone feel at home. But I can't say the same with the Secretary General, which is Floyd Shivambu. We all saw the tweets yesterday, posted Usisutuzile on Twitter. Obviously, we don't condone language, approach ayisebenzisile. But there are more underlying causes for that tweet.
Maybe before uqhubekela phambili, for laba abangayibonanga, those who haven't seen, what did the tweet say?
It was numerous tweets where she said that she has heard the outcries of members on the ground, because many people have been sending her complaints about the Secretary General, hoping that she can do something, to intervene and resolve those issues. There were some also like some fake accounts on Twitter which were speaking badly about Tutuzile, and she ended up responding to those tweets. One might argue that it was reckless, unnecessary. But however, we must not miss the main point or the main reason why she's actually writing those tweets. It is an outcry reflective of ordinary members of MK within the organization. The Secretary General is not leading the organization correctly. In fact, as I've told you, that Zuma is a unifier. Yena is a total opposite of that. He's a chronic factionalist. He is vindictive. He is spiteful towards members. Even in his former...
Is this the SG?
Yes, Floyd Shivam. Even in his former organization, which is the EFF, fighters there are still crying today about the chronic factionalism, how he used to isolate members, how he used to target people within the organization.
I'm not buying that nonsense at all.
And already Umkhonto has started doing that. Ever since when he joined MK, even in the youth league, he met certain leaders in hotels. He started taking sides and dividing the youth league. And you can even see now with the current, the newly appointed president of the youth league, is a very disciplined boy who is very neutral, who's loyal to the organization. But you can see Floyd is trying to towards his side and to factionalize him, while that boy is taking no sides, is moving with the MK movement. So we can see all these things that he's doing when at HSBU, that they're actually dividing Umkhonto has never been so divided before. There have been many SGs that were there, but it's the first time whereby divisions will play out even in the public for anyone to see. Contradictions will always be there, but this is too much. The divisions have been entrenched in the MK because of him, Floyd Shivambu, the Secretary General. So there are many things which have been happening. For instance, people are saying that he's adding value in MK, and we want to dispute that, because we don't know what he has done besides coming up with a constitution, which any law students from VET or from any other university could have written that constitution. Anyone can write a constitution, so it's not something that is halapalu. But instead, I'm seeing failures, disasters after disasters, ever since he took up the position of SG.
And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse for Floyd Shivambu, then Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane drops a tweet seemingly attacking Floyd. And the Advocate Mkhwebane says, "Interesting times. The tenant wants the landlord to be removed from their own house. #Sila." And of course, #Sila, this is a biblical word meaning pause and think about that. Think about what I just said. This is so unbelievable. The whole Mkhwebane against Floyd? I don't believe this. And Mabato Mokause, you remember her, guys, from EFF? She also joined MK. Then she responds to Mkhwebane and say, "We gave you shelter, warmth, food, and all you needed in our previous home," that is EFF. "We were compromised because of the likes of you, and we kept quiet. The system rejected you for all the reasons known by yourself only. But today, you find comfort in calling us tenants." Now, that is Mabato, of course, responding to Mkhwebane. Yo, I don't believe this. This is just so unbelievable, guys. Yeah, things don't seem to be looking good for Floyd lately, guys. Things are really bad for Floyd lately. But I still don't believe that Floyd should leave MK. I hear quite a number of you podcasters out there saying, no, he's done, so he must just leave MK, go back to EFF, or join Ndlozi. I still don't believe that at all. Because if Floyd could leave MK, that will be disaster for MK. Definitely. Well, I just say that Duduzile Zuma, of course, she has the whole cabal behind her. There are quite a number of people, powerful people behind her, so which is very dangerous for the MK. But in all this, I believe that Jacob Zuma must rise and defend Floyd. I believe that Msholozi should rise above this and put a stop to this. And I think Msholozi should stand by Floyd if he really is concerned about MK's future. He must stand with Floyd against all this nyaga that is happening in the MK. What do you think? Let me hear your comment below, guys. And of course, if you're coming for the first time, you can like, share, and subscribe.